Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Captain Frost and today we're gonna talk about all the general changes in Path of Exile 2. As you know, PoE 2 is gonna be a separate game to Path of Exile 1. It will have different endgame classes, monsters, equipment, everything will be separate. They will have different league start cadence so that you will be able to play PoE 2 and PoE 1 simultaneously. They have shared cosmetics, so everything you buy for one game is shared with another one. So it's gonna be, we're gonna have two good ARPGs on our hands, but the second one is coming out in 2024 in July, and it's just going to be only a closed beta test then. But now I want to talk about all the philosophical changes behind the game. So yeah, basically to sum everything up, I do have videos about every single specific thing that was mentioned on ExileCon. And yeah, every single mechanic that we have, but still it's going to be a summary here. So the game is going to be harder. That's what they want. The Path of Exile 2.1, the game will be harder. It will be a little bit slower in terms of you being able to kill all the masses of monsters. You will be required to play different skills to synergize them to deal more damage to single target. Not every skill is going to be very good at AoE, so you will have your dedicated AoE skills. You will have more smooth mobility, but not as spammy and not as with good AoE. So everything will be just a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller, and a little bit slower, but it will be smoother. You will have multiple buttons to push that are all gonna have very powerful synergies between them. That's in terms of this part. Enemies are gonna be way tougher. Bosses will reset their health whenever you die on them in campaign, so this way you wouldn't be able to basically throw your corpses on the boss. You will have to redo it from the scratch. The game itself, it's philosophically gonna be a more of a turned down in terms of speed, pure speed game with more tactical and strategic decisions in place. Whenever Path of Exile 1, with all its speed clear, with all its metas that we currently have, will be present, and you will be able to play that version of the game if you prefer it. So GGG are giving us all the choice in the world in terms of this here. Yes, Path of Exile 2 will be a complete revamp in terms of visuals for the game, in terms of campaign, in terms of all the locations, all the monsters, all the items. It will have a bunch of new skills that probably wouldn't be in PoE 1. We will have 6 new classes, and we wouldn't have Ascendant, so we will have 12 classes. 2 representing each archetype of strength or strength and intelligence combination. So basically we will have 2 marauder-ish types, 2 ranger-ish types classes, and all of them will have 3 distinct separate ascendancies. So yeah, basically it's 36 ascendancies. And skills will play in a bit other way. You will have your multiple active skills. Balancing will be different. Bosses will be different, because if they are slowing you down, they're probably slowing some parts of the boss fights as well for you to be able to react to them in time. Everything will be just way more visually appealing and way more visually understanding, while PoE 1 will be this cluster, this just a madness going on. And yes, simultaneously we still don't know quite exact what the end game for the game will be like, but it will be a different end game to what we currently have in Path of Exile 1. We will have more than 100 maps for that end game that are not going to be same as maps in PoE 1, so we will have completely new maps, completely new bosses, new uniques, everything. So it's gonna be a reboot. It's gonna be something that GGG wants to be more close to what they've intended for Path of Exile in the first place 7 or 6 years ago, and Path of Exile 1 will be this fast and more of a power creeped version of the game that they've got after all the changes. So that's what the philosophy behind PoE 2 is. I really think that they will still bring a bunch of quality of life things from PoE 2 to PoE 1. Yeah, there will be a bunch of improvements. Many skills probably will be added still to PoE 1. it will be similar in some ways, or it will become more similar in some ways than we do see it now, but it will still be two different games that will be managed differently. So that's how you're taking your skill gems, or how you're looting your skill gems in the Path of Exile 2. And as you can see, skills are kind of distributed into archetypes of your classes, but you're still not bound to the classes with taking your skills. So you can take any skill from any class, whoever you play. So yeah, this is the philosophy behind balancing the game. It will be harder, it will be slower, it will be way more just smoother and simultaneously more diverse in terms of all your playstyles that are going to be granted to you. But it's still not as close as we thought it would be. It's not 2023. It's probably not 2024. It's something closer to a start of 2025 when the release of the game is coming. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good time. If you want to see more content like this, then definitely subscribe to the channel, because Path of Exile 2 and PoE 3.22, which is releasing quite soon, are gonna be on this channel. I'm gonna cover everything in mass. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good time. Bye bye.